You've been pretty selfish at this point your whole entire career. What have you done for a lot of fighters? This would be a powerful statement for you to join. So stop it. Stop running. Stop hiding. Stop being selfish. We need all the help we can get in making this union. Conor McGregor, that's the message.
Jake Paul, the self-proclaimed king of cringe and unapologetic self-promotion, stirred the internet once again on December 29th, 2024, with a bold Instagram announcement. He's calling out Conor McGregor. Yes, that Jake Paul. The YouTuber turned boxer now believes he's on the verge of making sports history, but in reality he's pulling boxing's fragile reputation even deeper into the mud, with yet another overhyped spectacle that feels more like a circus than a legitimate fight.
Conor, you're saying the interest is low for the fight.
The interest is low and I don't know. I don't understand it.
Let's take a moment to acknowledge the sheer absurdity of this match. On one side, we have Jake Paul, a man whose boxing career thrives solely because audiences can't look away from the spectacle of him making a fool of himself.
Ducking of professional boxers. The next fight could potentially be a professional boxer. I'm just getting started. I'm 26 years old, and there's only so much I can do.
Yeah, a professional boxer. Really? This is the same guy who built an 11-1 record by knocking out a lineup of retired MMA fighters and somehow managed to convince himself, and disturbingly a portion of the public, that he's a legitimate athlete. His crowning achievement? Beating Anderson Silva, a legend, sure, but one who is practically eligible for AARP. And let's not forget his latest victory over a 58-year-old Mike Tyson, who likely spent more time hyping his cannabis brand than training for the fight. Groundbreaking stuff, Jake. Truly revolutionary.
In terms of like face-off views, this is, in my mind, the biggest fight the world will ever see.
They know that it's just like hard to handle for them because they've been like in the spotlight. And
now enter Conor McGregor, once a UFC trailblazer, now more of a walking whiskey advertisement than an actual fighter. Sure, he was a two-division UFC champion, a lifetime ago. His career flatlined after 2017, when Floyd Mayweather toyed with him in a boxing ring for 10 rounds before putting an end to the spectacle. Since then, McGregor's fighting resume has been as consistent as Jake Paul's humility. That is, non-existent. Between launching Proper Number 12 and flooding Instagram with thirst traps, he's shown far more dedication to branding booze than throwing punches. His last notable moment in combat sports? Snapping his leg in 2021, and now he's expected to waltz into a boxing ring and trade punches with the internet's most infamous troll? Let's stop pretending this is the fight of the century and call it what it really is, a money grab of epic proportions. The media may be hyping it up, but what they really mean is the cash grab of the century. Reports suggest this chaotic spectacle could pull in a staggering $250 million. That's right, $250 million for a YouTuber and a semi-retired MMA star to play make-believe for a few rounds. Forget skill, forget legacy, forget real competition. This is about who can generate the most controversy and sell the most pay-per-views. Boxing's new motto? Why fight for glory when you can fight for clicks?
In insane shape.
Man, I wish Conor wasn't doing these types of bro.
Oh, and let's not forget the puppet master behind this circus, Indian billionaire Anant Ambani, who's bankrolling the whole spectacle as part of a flashy tourism campaign to promote India. Because naturally, when you think visit India, your first thought is two millionaires swinging wildly at each other in a packed stadium, right? The fight is set for Mumbai's Wankhede Stadium, which seats 33,000 fans. But the real target is the millions more who'll be watching and paying from home, feeding into the frenzy. And then there's the pre-fight drama, which feels more like a bloated episode of bad reality TV than a build-up to a sports event. Jake Paul has been calling out McGregor for years, throwing online tantrums and trolling him like a child denied dessert. From over-the-top trash talk to painfully cringeworthy videos, he's done everything but show up at McGregor's front door with a megaphone. And instead of doing the world a favor by ignoring him, McGregor took the bait. So here we are, watching two grown men turn boxing into a traveling circus act. This fight isn't about athleticism, honor, or respect for the sport. It's about Jake Paul inflating his already oversized ego while cashing in on the attention economy. As for McGregor, he's probably just relieved he doesn't have to face a hungry UFC contender who might actually knock his lights out. Instead, he gets a hefty payday for boxing a YouTuber who treats gloves like part of his outfit. Jake Paul claims he's taking this fight seriously, because of course he does. This is the same guy who can't post an Instagram story without showing off how hard he's training, as if a 15-second clip of him hitting a speed bag somehow wipes away years of being a glorified internet sideshow. Supposedly, he's been back in the gym since early January 2025, focusing on speed and agility. Sounds impressive.